Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about a small topic in the Indian economy. Okay. So there were some questions raised regarding the prime moving force. In the previous two classes we already discussed about agriculture as the prime moving force. It means obvious choices for selecting the prime moving force, and the previous class we discussed about the industry as the prime moving force. At the time of independence we selected industrial sector as the prime moving sector for the Indian economy. Okay, so in this class we are going to discuss about some important questions were raised in the Indian economy when we choose or selected the prime moving force as a industry. Okay, so here the first question was the political leadership of independent India was not able to realize the realities as we did above and conclude that agriculture should have been the moving force of the economy in place of the industry. Okay, so it means this is one question was raised by the members and in the Indian economy. Okay, so in that time there was a domination of the political leaders because they were included in the nationalist movement, so that's why there was a domination about the important decisions. Okay, so here the nationalist leaders and the political leaders they decided to choose the industry as the prime moving force. Of course it was right, but so we have to increase the production from the agriculture sector, so then we can go for the industrialization, but unfortunately we choose industrialization as a prime moving force, right? So here they're asking, was the political leadership was not able to analyze, because we choose there are some realities about the industry. If industry was the prime moving force, there was some lack of resources, lack of infrastructure, lack of communication, there were some negatives, so which behind the prime moving force has industry. Okay, so next we already discussed about the possibilities for choosing the agriculture as the prime moving force. It means our country is fit for the cultivation because it has the fertile land and it has the natural resources also, right? And human capital, it means the human resources didn't require any higher training because we were familiar with agriculture. There is no need for going for the training, right? So for seeing these possibilities and the realities about the industry and agriculture, even though our political leaders choose the industry as the prime moving force in place of the agriculture. Okay, so it means they're asking political leadership, maybe it was not able to realize or analyze the realities. Okay, so this was the first question which was raised in the Indian economy. Okay, so next question which was raised in that time about the prime moving force, that is it possible that Pandit Nehru in command so could have missed the rational analysis of the Indian realities? Of course each and every person has know about the Indian realities, about the Indian land, about the Indian nature. Okay, of course he was a great politician, he was a great nationalist, even though he did miss the India's realities. Okay, so because it was not possible to analyze the Indian realities, especially by the Nehruji. Okay, so even though there was a rational analysis, but he didn't understand about the Indian realities and about the Indian land. Okay, so that's why he chose the industry as a prime moving force and he missed the rational analysis about the agriculture sector which was chosen for the Indian realities. Okay, so next third question was raised, that is how could India have not opted for the agriculture as its prime moving force, whose leadership had fought the nationalist movement and the Gandhian favor of the villages, agriculture and rural development? Yes, of course. So the last independent movements were organized and established under the leadership of the Mahatma Gandhi, right? Even though we choose the industry, because here the Gandhi was very familiar and he was always selecting the villages and he liked the agriculture and he just wanted to get the rural development because rural development is very important for the overall development of a particular country. Okay, so here even though we got independence under the leadership of the Mahatma Gandhi, yes of course, but So the people who are under the power, so they choose the industry. So here the Gandhi wanted to get the development from the rural level. Okay, so here this question was raised, even though the all the independent movements, the last phase was under the leadership of the Mahatma Gandhi, but the people chose the industry as the prime moving force. Here Gandhi was always against the industrialization. So because here he wanted to get the development and the growth from the village level and the rural level. Okay, and he wanted to increase the production from the agriculture. Okay, so this was full opposite to the industries which were concluded by the political leaders as a prime moving force. Okay, so after independence, so Gandhi was not in the government. Okay, so even though there were many devout Gandhians, it means who follows Gandhi, and no one should doubt that the main internal force which vibrated throughout the governmental decisions were nothing. So but there was a Gandhian socialism. Okay, so here there were so many followers of the Gandhi, they were joined in the government, but there was no use because they also didn't get any doubt about the internal force maybe which vibrated throughout the country. Okay, so here Gandhian socialism means the socialism based on the theories of the Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so he always wants to get the development from the village level and rural level. So it means each and every level is very important for the development, overall development of a country. Okay, so here Gandhian socialism means the socialism. It means the overall society is very important rather than the private ship. Okay, so it is based on the theories. It means mainly the theories were introduced by the Mahatma Gandhi, so these based on the Gandhian theories. Okay, so next one, there were many decisions which were taken under the influence of the main political force of the times. Okay, so in that time, so we had Indian National Congress, that is one type of the political party. So the under the political INC party, so there were so many political leaders who were there. So many decisions were taken by them. So mainly the important and political force of that time was forced. So still some very vital ones also. So vital decisions, it means important decisions also influenced by the visionary political leaders. Okay, so mainly Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. So here, there are so many policies and important decisions were taken by the political leaders. It means the important and the main political leaders. So this is why the economic thinking of the independent. It means immediately when we got independence, there was a confusion regarding the economy, society, politics. It means in that time there are some important leaders were in front of us. So that's why they taken the important decisions. For example, Nehruvian economics. Even today, we are also following the type of the economics because in that time, so the first time the economics and important decisions were helped by the Nehru. So that's why we are calling Nehruvian economics. Okay. So these are the reasons and these are the important questions raised about the prime moving force. Why we choose the industry as a prime moving force, and why not we choose the agriculture as the prime moving force. It means there are 50-50 chances for choosing, but in that time the people's thinking was like that, so that's why they choose the industry. But after some time they realized and they started to announce the agriculture as the prime moving force. Okay, so here the major literatures on the Indian economy. So it means there are some critics. So it means who criticize the another's views and thinking. So we may able to realize the answer why India went for the industry. It means we choose industry as the prime moving force. So in place of the agriculture, in place of the obvious and logical choice of the agriculture, we choose the industry. Okay, so we may able to realize. So after some time we realized what we did something, it is to be wrong in the country. Okay, so we previous class we discussed about the Chinese government. So they announced agriculture as a prime moving force. So after some time, whenever they got the surplus amount of the agriculture product, so they started investing money from the agriculture sector to the industrial sector. So finally it was industrialized economy in the world as compared with the other countries. So it was the best and the first important the industrialized country. Okay, so but in place of the obvious and logical choice of the agriculture, we choose the industry. Okay, so there are some critics who tells about some criticism against some important views and thinking. So finally, I can say this is the debatable issue because there's so many experts who started to thinking about the prime moving force, either it is agriculture or industry. But there are some views. Some people are saying agriculture is best for the Indian economy because it is fit for the cultivation, and some experts are saying industry is very important for the economy as per the research, technology, defense. So it means both both choices are very important, but so this is a way of economic process. First of all, we have to choose one thing, and whenever we got success on this sector, so we can go for the another sector. Okay, so finally I can say we were very familiar and we were very well known about the agriculture. So first of all, we have to choose the agriculture as the important sector. Okay, so still there are some people who are sleeping without food. Okay, so it means we are not well in the agriculture sector. So that's why we have able to uh, getting the important success in the agriculture sector, then we can go for the another sector what we want. Okay, so this is all about the questions and some important doubts regarding why we choose the industry as a prime moving force. And there are some questions just we have to know about why they choose and why not they are able to analyze, and whose leadership they announced the prime moving force. And even though Gandhi was there, but why they choose the industry as a prime moving sector. Here Gandhi liked the agriculture because he just want to get the growth and development from the village level. So these are the questions were raised in the Indian economy regarding the prime moving force. Okay.